Episode 4. The Rose Orchard Narrated Script. Duration: approximately 5 minutes. The soft gold of early morning wrapped itself around the village of Woodvale. Mist kissed the fields, and birds stirred in the trees as if waking from a long-held secret. Claire had risen earlier than usual. The air felt different, as though something long buried was ready to be found. She wandered through the edges of her grandmother's old garden, following overgrown stone steps worn smooth by time. The scent of earth was rich and forgiving. Ivy clung to the gate-like memory. And then, there it was, the old rose orchard. It had once been her grandmother's pride, a place of whispered prayers and summer laughter. Now, the rose bushes stood like sentinels in sleep, tangled, thorned, forgotten. But even among the thorns, Claire saw it, the stubborn bloom of one late rose, golden and proud against the rustling wind. She reached out and touched its petals gently. "You're still here," she whispered, waiting. Later that morning, she returned with gloves, pruning shears, and a determined heart. She didn't expect Julian to show up, but he did, silent and steady, carrying a basket of tools. He didn't ask. He just started working beside her. They cleared weeds, trimmed branches, and unearthed stone borders once hidden by time. Conversation came slowly, not from necessity, but from comfort. Julian spoke first. "Your grandmother used to bring a book and read to the flowers. She believed roses listened better than people." Claire smiled. Maybe she was right. He looked up from where he knelt, a smudge of soil on his cheek. "Some things just need time, Claire. Even wild gardens come back to life if you're patient enough." Days passed. The orchard began to breathe again. What was once gray became green. What was once forgotten became beautiful. But it wasn't just the garden changing. Claire's laugh returned, light and unexpected. And Julian, though still quiet, watched her with eyes that held sunrise in them. One afternoon, as they worked, Claire discovered something hidden in the hedge. An old wooden bench, worn but intact. Faded letters were carved into the wood. E and M, 1957. She ran her fingers across the initials. "My grandparents," she murmured. "They fell in love here." Julian sat beside her, brushing away fallen petals. "Love has deep roots," he said softly. "It waits, even when we forget." Their hands touched on the bench. Neither pulled away. That evening, Julian returned with string lights and a basket. No words were exchanged. They hung the lights together in silence, as dusk settled like a lullaby. As the orchard glowed beneath 1,000 tiny stars, music played softly from Julian's old radio. And for the first time, he offered her his hand. Not to work, but to dance. She hesitated. Then she placed her hand in his. They danced slowly, without rhythm, in a garden reborn. Claire leaned in, their faces inches apart. Her breath caught. Julian whispered her name. But just before their lips touched, Claire pulled away. Her heart ached with the weight of it, of fear, of timing, the unknown. "I should go," she said quietly. Julian nodded once, his gaze steady but unreadable. That night, Claire stood at her window, looking down at the orchard lights still glowing. Her hand clutched the ribbon from one of the roses Julian had placed in her room. Though no words passed between them, something had changed. Something rooted itself deeply, quietly, beneath the harvest moon. Not love fulfilled, but love becoming.